Social Security turning into a monthly check program, otherwise known as Guaranteed Basic Income. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to share with you some details of some interesting changes they want to make to Social Security, which would essentially turn this program into a monthly check program, otherwise known as Guaranteed Basic Income. Let's get into it and talk about the details and what they're now saying. First off, before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as well as keeping you updated with all of these changes and anything else coming out right now that may impact your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course anything else going on out there, as it's a busy, confusing, and uncertain time. So again, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about the details of turning Social Security into a monthly check program or Guaranteed Basic Income program. What does this even mean in the first place, and how would they actually do it, and what does it mean for you and your monthly benefit? I know, first off, I just want to make this very clear. I'm not here to scare anybody, but rather I do want to talk about the details of what they're saying about this and how they could essentially turn this program into a flat Social Security benefit or Guaranteed Basic Income program with these ideas, because they continue to look at the program and look at it and say, wow, some people are getting $4,000, $4,500, $3,000, $3,500, $2,000, $2,800, $2,500, a lot of money. Meanwhile, some people are also getting $600, $700, $800, $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. And again, there's this great divide with beneficiaries. So I want to talk you through the details and again, how they would turn this into a Guaranteed Basic Income program. Interesting stuff, right? Which, by the way, there will not be any impact to your benefit as of right now, okay? Now, this would take a long time for something like this to actually move into fruition and something like this to actually happen. So again, I just want to reiterate and make it very clear. Nothing is happening to your benefit right now, okay? However, we all know there will be some massive changes to Social Security. We know that they will be changing this program, right? I think we can all recognize that. I've talked about it many times before in other videos. We know that there's a lot of pieces of legislation, there's a lot of bills, packages, and proposals. There's a lot of things coming out of Congress and out of the administration even, where they want to adjust this program. It's just finding the right fit and what are they actually going to do, right? Yeah, we all know that. Anyway, let me talk you through what they're now saying about this. First up, let me explain really quickly what a Guaranteed Basic Income program is. Now, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, you know exactly what it is because I've talked about it before in other videos, but let me explain it really quickly, okay? Essentially, a Guaranteed Basic Income program is identifying a certain group of people within a certain area or country or something like that, within a certain demographic, as in, income levels or something like that. Generally, it's identified by income levels, okay? So that's what they would do here. Identify a certain group of people, a certain demographic of people based on income, and then send them an ongoing monthly check of the same dollar amount for a specified period of time. Sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's 2 years, sometimes it's 5 years, sometimes it's indefinitely, like what they would talk about here with this transformation, okay? Interesting stuff, okay? That's essentially what it is, just an ongoing monthly check for a certain group of people with a certain dollar amount. Everybody gets the same amount, but not everybody across the entire country, okay? It would just be the specified group of people that'd be identified for the program. Kind of makes sense? So, kind of like Social Security right now, who gets Social Security checks? Well, it's those people that are claiming Social Security retirement benefits, it's SSDI beneficiaries, it's survivors, it's spousal beneficiaries, it's SSI, those individuals, right? Not everybody gets Social Security across the entire country. About 70 million people do, and the others, say, 240 million people or so, give or take a little bit. No, 50 million or so. 250, yeah, something like that. Anyway, the other, 250 million people don't get any checks of any kind like this, right? It kind of makes sense. So the specified group would be the beneficiaries that we've talked about. Anyway, so here's what they want to do. Now, talking about what I mentioned earlier in this video, which is some beneficiaries get a few $100s a month, some get $1,000 or thereabout a month, some get $3,500, $4,000, $4,500 plus dollars a month. That's a lot of money, right? So what they're suggesting with this is, wait, the higher income beneficiaries, those individuals that are getting $3,000, $3,500, $4,000, $4,500, or somewhere around that range, generally have multiple other sources of income at the same time, like maybe pension income, maybe stock portfolio income, maybe dividend income, maybe income from a variety of other sources, right? So as a result of that, they're looking at this suggesting, these individuals are getting this Social Security benefit alongside all of their other income sources, okay? So they're suggesting that, well, if we shave their benefit down by 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, 50%, something like that, they wouldn't even really notice because they have all these other income sources that are helping them out at the same time. Meanwhile, those individuals that have lower income benefits, $500, $600, $800, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, something like that, generally in most instances don't have other income sources. Now, maybe in some instances, they may have a small pension, maybe a small stock portfolio, maybe a small dividend income, something like that along those lines, right? But what they find is that the higher income beneficiaries generally have multiple other sources of income, and those individuals that have lower monthly benefits generally have smaller or virtually no other source of income. Okay, you get it. Now here's what they're talking about. Flattening out these benefits, essentially shaving down the higher income beneficiaries down to kind of a middle ground or, equilibrium, somewhere right in the middle, and then raising up lower income beneficiaries up to kind of that equilibrium yet again. So essentially flattening out benefits over long periods of time, essentially lowering the benefits for higher income beneficiaries and essentially shuffling that money right into the lower income beneficiaries, okay? So essentially, lower income beneficiaries are being brought up, higher income beneficiaries are being brought down, and eventually they'll meet somewhere in the middle, which is called equilibrium, right in the middle. Make sense? So, interesting stuff, but this is what they're talking about. So, in the event that they did something like this, Social Security would essentially turn right into a monthly check program, otherwise known as guaranteed basic income, because if all beneficiaries are getting the exact same dollar amount, then guess what? That is the definition of a guaranteed basic income program. A specified group of people getting ongoing monthly checks for a specified or indefinite period of time for the same dollar amount. That is guaranteed basic income, okay? That's exactly what it is. Now, here's the difference. Right now, Social Security does not do that, right? Some beneficiaries get a few $100s a month, $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, $2,800, $3,000, $3,500, $4,000, $4,500. The dollar amounts are all across the board, right? So that is not technically a guaranteed basic income program because, yes, they have the specified group of people nailed down. They have, beneficiaries getting a certain amount of money for an indefinite period of time, which is basically the rest of your life. And then the dollar amount is not consistent. Therefore, that is the one metric of Social Security that does not necessarily turn this into a guaranteed basic income program because all the dollar amounts are essentially different. You kind of see the fine line there? I know, it's a little bit of a gray area. It seems a little bit like, wait, they're the same thing, right? No, they're not. They're very, very close, but the only difference is dollar amounts are not the exact same for everybody. Kind of makes sense? So they've talked about this and saying, this is how we could bring more, equity into the Social Security program, which would be shave down the higher income beneficiaries' benefit, shuffle it over to the lower income beneficiaries, and boom, we've got ourselves a more equal program where all beneficiaries are essentially getting more now. Low income beneficiaries are brought up, higher income beneficiaries are brought down, lower income beneficiaries are, better off, higher income beneficiaries don't really feel it all that much because they have other sources of income, and everybody's happy, and we live happily ever after, right? Is that how it works? Well, I don't really know, but this is what they're saying, right? So anyway, this is what they're talking about. And again, by the way, this is not something that would happen in like a 1-year period of time. This is something, as far as the research that I've done in this would take like 20 years, okay? It would adjust benefits a little tiny bit each and every year, bringing down the higher income benefits and bringing up the lower income benefits a little bit each and every year over about 20 years of time. And then eventually they'll meet in the middle. Like I said, equilibrium. Make sense? Interesting, right? So an interesting concept. Would it really help? Well, it certainly would not increase solvency of Social Security. It would not fix the financial the issues of Social Security, but it would help lower income beneficiaries and it would help out everybody in the program get essentially more money for lower income people and kind of bring down those benefits for higher income people. Because they continue to say, does somebody really need $4,500 or more a month from Social Security? Well, do they need or do they want? Again, big difference. Need is very different from want, right? Anyway, hope this one helps you. Again, I'll keep you posted on any further details about this or anything else going on right now. There's a lot of bills, packages, proposals. There's a lot of lawmakers talking about this. There's a lot of things that are happening right now. And of course, as I get more details, I will bring it to your attention right away. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. And catch you again later in the next